is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots Wired. So this is part 26 of the Devil May Cry playthrough as far as these pitches can happen. So basically within the particular fair about it, this particular episode, not so much this particular episode, but within this gameplay segment, we do get out of mission 15. So this is the fair as far as saying there was kind of a persnickety boss fight pitches like that, and there were some enemies amongst this. So the fair about it was, I forgot that when you restart the mission, you do have to go back and do like the fairs within it. So fighting these spider bosses, that takes up a decent portion of this episode. I mean, not so much a decent portion, but just the factoid that there's enemies within this. So just kind of fair, but I think it was definitely for the reason behind it. I mean, obviously just the pitch. The thing about it is the boss. The boss kind of annoyed me within some of these type pitches as far as the fair is going to happen, just because I probably would have been able to defeat that boss a lot simpler if I had had another vital star or something like that. Kind of the pitch as far as saying that it just was really by the skin of it as far as this fair is going to happen. It's just the pitch as far as saying I found some of those re-up machines, and I was going to buy another one, but I was like short like 30 or 40 of them, something like that, so I didn't do it. But I knew probably at that point I was going to need another one, but I didn't realize it was going to be a boss fight. It's kind of, you don't know when you're going to get one of those, so it's just kind of the pitch as far as saying it's just the ordeal. But I think even if I had lost, I don't know where I would have went back to. I don't know if I would have had to have done the whole mission over or what would have necessarily happened, but it's just kind of the pitch as far as saying within that I needed another vital star, and then within those aspects I probably would have fucked around. And the boss is not that difficult as long as you use the guns. It's the same boss, not to spoil it if you actually don't know, but it's just the pitch. It just kind of has the ordeal, so it's just the aspect. But so yeah, now I would say we're about 2/3 done with this game. I don't remember how many full-bound missions. I've looked this up in the past. I want to say there's 23 or 24. There actually is a secret mission in this episode. I didn't do it, but it's kind of the pitch that I just question. I did not delete the save file where I was at this mission, so in some degree of fashions I might refer back to it and see what that particular fair would kind of be about it. But then this would be the concept as far as, I don't know if I would do that down the road within some type of aspects, but this kind of pitch, yeah, there's some bonus type stuff. Like I had conversations with Jackal Goldkick in the past, how he had said that there is secret missions about this particular fair. I don't know the direction as to how they kind of go along with some of these type of products behind it, but it's just kind of the tone as far as saying yeah, we're back. It's autumn. It's more or less autumn of 2025, pitches like that within some of these type conducts. It's been this series of mishaps within the product. I mean, originally, like I had said in a community post and a vlog video on this channel, a real-time video, that I was going to start up a brand new video game back in the spring, and it didn't happen just because the fair behind it, between the computer breaking and then just having a foul memory card, some of those type pitches, just a series of mishaps. That's the thing about having like video game oriented channels, is it really has to do with like the hardware and those sorts of things within the concept of whether or not that allows for things. It's not just, oh, okay, I feel like doing this, and that's kind of the problem. But I look after it. I mean, one or two things collectively, it doesn't get like as full bound. I mean, between Rise to Honor, I mean, that was really kind of annoying losing that save file. I mean, it's not like the game is that foul where I wouldn't want to do it again, but it's just the pitch as far as saying still. I mean, if I had been a lot further in the game, that would have been really annoying. So, I mean, basically what I'm going to do for that game is I'm probably going to re-record some of that type of stuff. I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole game and show it like I did with those episodes previously, but I might show like bits and pieces as it's kind of like a recap of some of that as far as what's going to happen. But I just question if I want to do that again, because what I don't want, I think I'm going to keep Rise to Honor on the new memory card, and I think that's just kind of the pitch behind. I'm not so much worried about Guitar Hero 2 and hopefully not Devil May Cry, but I probably will transfer the Devil May Cry save file over to the new memory card when I get that eventually, just to make sure I don't lose this file, because I like this game, but I realize that I'm 2/3 done with the game, and there's certain aspects that just get, to the annoyance factor of it, but I just look after it. The new game that I get that was going to come out in the spring of 2025 is going to be on. I don't even know if it matters that much. It's just kind of the pitch as far as saying that one's not as much of a big deal within the save file type aspect. Not to spoil that, but just to say it's not going to be like a Final Fantasy X or something like that. But that is a dope game, but it's not that game. But it's just the pitch as far as saying it's just going to be more kind of upfront type one. But it's just the pitch as far as saying It's trying to figure out within the fair as far as getting towards it. So it's just kind of the concept, but Guitar Hero's getting along. Hopefully I can actually tackle this damn boss. I mean, it's not so much embarrassing about the concept of Van Helsing, but it's just kind of the pitch as far as saying that, you know, I specifically selected easy mode in that game to not have to deal with mishaps. I mean, I know it should not be that much of a person. I'm just going to chalk it up to the DualShock remote and controllers just not being that affable within a sense, because it's just kind of the fair that I realized that it doesn't want, when I was trying to fight that boss back in January, it doesn't want you to use a shotgun against Frankenstein, which you would think that would be exactly the kind of weapon that you'd use, but they want you to use the guns, which are weaker and take more time to defeat them, and it's just kind of the fair, but that just kind of has to be the thing about it, so I just look after it. On the in-between type concepts in terms of like the music type product, yeah, there's some ones in there, finding hella mixtapes, things like that, just kind of the product as far as saying. I mean, it's been interesting. I mean, I have not really paid attention too terribly whatsoever to like the songs of the summer and pitches like that. I feel like it is kind of an aspect as far as saying with some of these types of ones, I just look after it kind of within like what's been going on throughout the course of it. And there's been music like Eminem dropped the Stand soundtrack, which I am interested in because it has an unreleased song on there. There's some excellent type product. I mean, it would have been. I'm not gonna complain like that because I'm glad that Eminem did it, but it would have been some dope type pitches for him to have included a few more. Cause it's a basic one. It's just basically like an Eminem greatest hits compilation within those aspects. Just with there's like 2 new songs, one of which is just like Stand Live or something like that. But yeah, it would have been dope to have seen some other type products. But it is. It's not a mishap of an opportunity, but it's kind of like a shucks type thing. Cause, you know, there should have been 3 like he did with Curtain Call. That would have been some excellent type ordeals. But that's just kind of the pitch behind it. Good type fairs, just some products that are coming around as far as these pitches gonna have them get into a bunch of these products. It's gonna be pretty haunting type autumn pitches like that, some of these type ordeals. But this is like a nice treat on the in between. Cause it's been a little bit since I've updated this. So this kind of fair as far as this pitch can have, get some pizza ready, fairs like that, and some beers. Good type fair.